The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16 and verse 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bashmi Shai. The Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to the 140 and 4,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp, coming at you with a lesson, and it's in response to a video that one of the elders did out there in South Carolina. Right, the elder, I believe his name is Ashayar. All right, Yahweh Shmi Ashah Barakatah to that elder. But he did a lesson talking about how America is circling the drain and the economy is going to collapse and tank in the near future. All right, and how it's going to affect you citizens, man. All right, and this is what I want to, get into on this lesson, because you have to prepare yourself for what's coming. And that's why I brought this one out. 2nd Esdras 16 and verse 40, it says, "O my people, are you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians," all right, especially those of you that fear the Lord. That's who we talking to, the elect. All right. "O my people, hear my word." What words? The words of the scriptures, man. "Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." Now, the battle that we fighting is not a physical battle, it's a spiritual battle. And it's about to get more intensified, man. This is the warning that we're trying to tell you. Things are not going to be the way they are currently for much longer, man. It's going to continue to decline and to decline and to decline until all hell breaks loose, and ultimately that nuclear destruction comes in the midst of World War III. So we're fighting a spiritual battle, man, to stay in the faith no matter what we go through, all right, and know that the Lord has us, in his care, all right. Most people are going to lose that battle because they don't have faith, man. They're going to lose their damn mind, all right. The battle is to keep your mind, okay. You do that by having faith in Yahweh Shemi Shai. All right, we're finna face many different spiritual battles, man. All right, job losses, not being able to pay rent, amongst many other things. But it says, "Be even as pilgrims upon the earth." A pilgrim is somebody who moves from place to place. All right, they don't have a certain dwelling place; they're on a mission. Well, that's gonna be us here in the near future, man. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of the brother's video, because he took a few news clips that show you the reality of what's really happening, man. And it's all moving according to prophecy. All right, let's go ahead and play that. Give me 1 second. All right, so here's that brother's video, the elder's video pulled up right here. All right, and his channel is GMS All Precepts. Go ahead, subscribe to be edified, highly edifying channel. All right, now the title of his lesson is "Brace for the Collapse." All right, make you ready for the battle, right? To come, brace for the collapse to come. This system is over. And that's a concept that I've been thinking about as of lately, you know what I'm saying, through the spirit. Like, yo, this shit is really over, man. It's done, man. And people don't even see it. We're really witnessing the fall of an empire, man. It's over. There's no turning back. There's no coming back from this. It's a wrap, man. Your best bet is to cleave unto Yahweh Bashmi Shai as an Israelite, because you're the only ones that can. And we know only the elect are going to do that in these last days, man. All right, we know what time it is. We see the season that we're in. This shit is over. It's game over, man. It's all downhill from here until Yahweh Shah returns. But this right here, this clip that he has playing, they're talking about the economy and how this business owner, right, that guy on the left, all right, he's the business owner. He's complaining about how Trump's tariffs are affecting his business, man, and how many businesses are shutting down due to increased costs for materials, man. And when businesses shut down, that's people losing jobs, man. All right, not able to feed their families. Hey, man, people are making videos on TikTok and on YouTube showing that they've been looking for jobs. They can't find work. They've been outsourced, or, AI has replaced their occupation, man, because it's over, man. The American dream was never a dream. It was a nightmare, and now it's coming to an end, man. It's going to turn into a real nightmare for you people that depend on this place. All right, but let's go ahead and play a little bit of this.
Let him finish talking. I'm gonna let the video speak for itself.
To be implemented, there are some potential advantages down the line for us.
The company used to source even more of its materials from U.S. vendors, but Hen says they're no longer in business.
There is no U.S. supply chain for these inputs that we need. And so it does feel a bit punitive, where we're trying to still do the right thing, keep jobs here, keep manufacturing here, but a lot of these costs still fall on us.
They're also partially falling to the consumer, with the manufacturer making the decision to increase prices by about 15%.
It was a combination of looking at the base economics, what our input costs are going up by, seeing how much that affects our margins, and then seeing how much we can potentially offset while still providing a really good price point.
And this very trade war is destroying so many businesses, guys. I can bring you guys countless and countless of videos of people like this, companies like this, manufacturing plants just like this, who are threatened to go out of business because of these tariffs, guys. When you talk about raising and putting a 50% tariff on steel and aluminum and many other raw products that we get from other different countries, imported from other different countries around the world, what do you think is gonna happen, guys? Yeah, of course they gotta raise the prices. And guess what? As they raise the prices, you're gonna have less in sales and you're gonna have less money coming to this business, eventually leading this business to end up shutting down. That's just the reality, guys. Do y'all not know that?
That's just the reality, man. Okay? People are suffering. Okay? Ecclesiastes 12:3, and that in the day when the keepers of the house shall...
Hold on, I was gonna get that precept. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and grab that, all right? The elders finna go into something I was already gonna bring out. So let's go ahead and bring it out right now. So here we have right here the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 1. This is highly prophetic, man. All right. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And this is pretty much instruction for you to seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai now, before shit hits the fan, pretty much, man. Before the days come where there will be no joy in the streets. All right. There's going to be distress on every side. And that's what's coming to America, man. It's coming. All right. So you need to be seeking your creator, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who is only for you Israelites, man. No other heathen nation can come to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai but you Israelites. All right. So the days of where no pleasure is gonna be here, man, eventually, man. Right now you can still do, a few different things. You can go, indulge in certain aspects of society. All right, though, the joy's being choked out of this place day by day. You can still do a few things, man, but there's gonna come a time where it's gonna be complete hell out here, man. Ain't gonna be no relief, so to speak. Okay. Next verse it says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Verse 3, it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So check it out, man. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves. Everybody that, is pretty much, doing well in society, they consider the strong or whatever. All right. They're going to be trembling in these last days, man. They're not going to have that stability, the strength that they once had in this society, man, when things begin to collapse more and more. All right. The grinders are going to cease, man. Those who have jobs, the jobs are drying up. Shit, even at my job, man, the hours are getting cut. You see? And that's kind of what inspired me to do this lesson, man, alongside this brother's video, because it's right on time through the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Everything is through the Spirit. And it's all moving according to prophecy. We're in a time where people are losing, their employment, man, their ability to sustain themselves and their families. And that's going to cause what? Crime to rise, skyrocket. People are losing their damn minds, as it tells you in Matthew 24 and verse 13. That the love of many shall wax cold. Why? Because they're not able to be comfortable in society anymore, man. And these people completely depend on this shit. They don't have no comforter outside of this temporary setup. We have Yahweh Shem Yahushua as our comforter and our strength and our rock. They don't have that. So what they gonna do? They gonna bug the fuck out. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that precept real quick in Matthew 24. Salakia, I might have said verse 13, but it's actually verse 12. All right, Matthew 24 and verse 12. This is Lord Yahweh Shai speaking. And he says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. When you go into that word cold, it goes into the Greek word psychos. All right, which goes into psycho, man, psychotic. All right, not having any feelings, no remorse for your neighbor. That's how things are about to become here in America, Babylon the Great. Why? Because you're going to have crime increasing, people that can't feed their families. I saw a video clip of a woman, in Target or whatever, one of these stores, stealing, man, openly stealing. With a shopping cart full of food and whatnot, just walking out that mud and daring somebody to do something about it because she knows that, the employees, they can't, stop you from stealing. They would have to, call law enforcement. So she was just walking out the store, man, on camera, not giving a damn. And it's not even that bad yet, man. So imagine when shit really gets bad in this economy, man. People gonna be robbing each other at gunpoint. All right? Killing over resources, man. That's what's coming. And we just telling you before it happened, man. So back in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, all right, the grinding is going to cease, man. You go to that word grinding, it's like, working. And Jake even say that now. They say they going to the job, they finna head to the grind, they on that grind. It's going to come to a halt, man. Verse 4, it says, and the door shall be shut in the streets. All right, no jobs, man. When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And that's going into, the entertainment industry, man. The music industry and all that stuff, man. You go back about 10, 15 years ago, that was a thing that was highly sought after, man. People were really into the music and all that, but times are changing, man. The Lord is taking the mirth out of this place. All right. People ain't really into these artists like that, man. Even these 2/3 are realize that the music industry is a bunch of bullshit. This music sucks now. And it's, spiritual, because the Lord is taking the joy out of this place, man. All right. I think they just canceled the BET Awards and all that shit because, man, it's over, man. This place is done. It's on its way out, man. There's no turning back, like I said earlier. All right. Well, let's go back to that video.
The average American is cooked, right?
I've had this conversation with my chat. I've had many clips of this go viral where I talk about how money doesn't hit the same as it used to. Even today, I said that $1 million isn't a lot. And what's crazy is people don't understand why I'm saying that. And the reason why I'm saying that is $1 million today, comparatively to what it was in the 1990s, $1 million today, $1 million in 1990s was the same as around $2.6 million of today. $1 million was enough where you could quit your job and live off it and live lavishly your entire life in the 1990s. Today, the average human life costs $3.3 million living modestly. $1 million doesn't even take care of a third of your life. And I think it's crazy how inflation has gotten so terrible that essentially what used to be expected of a normal life, which is, and I'm sure you guys all thought about this, when you think of a normal life, you think you work a job, you get a wife, you have 3 kids, you have a house, and you have a car, maybe even a dog. Nope, that's not the normal life anymore. The new life.
And it hasn't been like that for a long, long ass time, man. Especially for you Israelites, you know what I'm saying? The majority of, our people, you're not able to sustain a family off of just one income, man. All right, it's been like that for a while, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's very difficult, I'll say that much. It pretty much takes 2 incomes at least to sustain a family, man. In America, Babylon the Great today. All right, the money is losing value, man. Everything is going up, man. Everything is fucking expensive. The food is expensive as hell. All right? You see? Amongst other things. The cost of living is just like, it's not matched up to the income that you receive here, man. The average income. It don't really cover the cost of living. You pinching pennies. All right? But anyway, let's play a little bit more of this. Matter of fact, let's get a quick precept on that. Matter of fact, let's get a precept. 1 second. All right, this just came to mind right here, the book of Haggai, chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. That's right, man. That's exactly what's going on, man. All right, you work all the damn day, all week, you know, just to pay bills, man. To have nothing really left over. Nothing to really pass down to, the generations after you. It's pretty much, it is. In every sense, it's slavery, man. All right, instead of hardcore chattel slavery, we're wage slaves. Going to a damn job. All right, the term employer goes back into the word, it goes back to being a slave master. All right, employee is likened to being a slave. Because that's exactly what you are, man. All right, you making money for your employer. You working for the slave master, man. Just because you got a 401k, you think that you ain't a slave, man. Because you got a paycheck you can put into your account, you think you ain't a slave. Nah, man. Because with the money you get for your time and your energy, it doesn't pay you back, man. It's like you just give it all back to the slave owner, man. The so-called white man, Esau Edom, because he owns every damn thing. You're going to his grocery stores, all right, his clothing stores. You see what I'm saying? And you're giving that money that you earn right back to his ass, man. To leave you and your family with nothing to show for. It's like you putting money into a bag of holes. Goes in and comes right back out. And it's only going to get worse. It's getting worse, man. But call Allah Yahweh Shema Shah, because we need this to happen, man. We know that this is not our kingdom. Our kingdom is after this place goes down, when Yahweh Shah returns. So we're not upset about these things, man. Yeah, it's going to be, be a little bit uncomfortable. All right. But shit, man. It already was for us. Us Israelites, the majority of us, we were never really comfortable here, man. Being third-class citizens. Looking at damn Esau living it up in his nice neighborhoods. Now he's feeling the pinch. All right? You got the Edomites on here complaining, just like you see in that video, man. Thousands of Edomites complaining about, their quality of living, because the Lord is bringing their paradise down. He's bringing them out of their heaven into their hell, man. So we are rejoicing. All right? The Lord got us, man. Let's go ahead and play a little bit more of that clip. All right.
Life is, you work until you're 70, you stay single, you live in a bachelor apartment, and then you die. There's a phrase that I often like saying, which is, life sucks, and then...
You hear that? What kind of life is that? You work your ass off until you're about fucking 70. And they're talking about there's no retirement anymore, man. What they say, that retirement age is like, what, 70? Something crazy like that. I can't remember the exact number. But most people don't even live to be that old, man, because they work themselves to death. They have horrible diets because of the food that they give you here that you're overpaying for. You're paying for your own poison. Man, this is hell, man. So we're not sad that this shit is going down, man. Let's play that back a little bit. Hold on, let me rewind it just a tad bit. Hold on. All right.
You work until you're 70, you stay single, you live in a bachelor apartment, and then you die. There's a phrase that I often like saying, which is, life sucks, and then you die. And with the current economy, it's exactly that. I think it's horrifying, and I hate to be doomer-pilled about this, but $1 million really doesn't hit like it used to. And I want to remind you guys, in the 1990s, a double cheeseburger at McDonald's was...
All right, and this is all under Esau's rulership, showing you, man, this devil, he don't know what the hell he's doing, man, because when the Israelites are in authority, The people are going to rejoice, not going to be complaining and, going to TikTok and YouTube, talking about how they can't feed their family and how they're living in their car now with their wife and their 3 kids. All right. And then Donald Trump talking about it's a crime to be homeless. They're going to start locking homeless people up that living in their cars, man. Come on, man. I'm laughing because this place is on its way out, man. This shit is done, man. All right. This is America, man. The land of opportunity, as they used to say. Not so much now. Let's get a quick precept. Hold up. All right, I had to bring this one out, man. Heavy hitter. Proverbs 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, are the Israelites, all right, the people rejoice. But when the wicked, the Edomites, beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's exactly what's happening right there, that latter part. The people are mourning. We're showing you. All right, people are upset. They're losing their livelihoods, man. Their quality of life is declining rapidly. They're taking to the internet to complain about it, man. They're mourning. All right, because the wicked is in rulership. Who's the wicked? Esau, the so-called white race, man. The wicked that the Bible speaks of, the devil that the Bible speaks of, should I say. Okay, they can't do right, man. That's why everybody is suffering, including the animals. the men, women, children, animals, everything is suffering, man, because of this devil being in rulership, man. Okay, and that's why the Lord's finna take his ass out. He's finna restore the earth to a paradise once Esau is taken out. Okay, you see? But yeah, man, when the righteous people are in authority, all right, the Israelites, starting with the 144,000, all right, everything's gonna go back to being in its rightful order, man. Ain't gonna be no homeless motherfuckers on the side of the, road and shit and living in their cars. That ain't gonna be a thing in our kingdom, man. I ain't gonna be no Transformers walking around reading stories to kids in schools and whatnot. Ain't gonna be none of that. All right, the Lord gonna put everything in order, man. So I want to get something else too. Check it out. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 30. All right, verse 1, it says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That's the majority of our people, you Israelites that believe in this place, man. You trust Esau's system rather than coming under the covering of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, the very one that is in control of your life and your destiny. You don't seek him. All right, you rather try to, forge yourself in this society, which is coming to an end. That's why it says, verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt. All right, in America is modern day Egypt. You don't believe me? Look on the back of that dollar bill. What you gonna see? A pyramid, and that's spiritual because we're in modern Egypt, man. We were in captivity, hardcore bondage, going through it in ancient Egypt. The same thing is going on now, man, on a much larger scale here in America, Babylon the Great, and it's gonna get worse now. It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. The modern day Pharaoh, all right, the king of Egypt is who? Esau, all right, the so-called white man. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And this place is a fading shadow, man. It's fading away, just like a shadow. But y'all are putting all your, your eggs in the one basket. You putting all your chips, in on this place, man. It goes on to say, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. You'll be out here looking confused as hell, man. Trusting in that paycheck, trusting in that little job you got, man. You know what I'm saying? Trusting in that business that you had. You thought you was good. You thought you was set. You ain't need the Lord. But now you finna be looking crazy as hell out here, man. When the rug is pulled from underneath your feet, and all that shit that you trusted in here in America is gonna fail you and your family. All right? This is why you must cleave unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Now, all right? This place is a sinking ship, man.
In 2025, it's $4.18.
Yeah. So, you can watch these videos. I just wanted him to make those points, but we'll just end it here. All right.
So yeah, man, that was the end of the brother's video right there. He went on to expound a little bit more. Like I said, go ahead and watch his full video when you had the time, because he brought out, some very important precepts as well. But yeah, man, the point of this lesson is, this shit is over, man. Get your mind right, man. Get your mind right spiritually, because you're gonna have to depend on your how about Shemi Shai. All right, this is not our kingdom, man. All right, but nonetheless, when you put all your trust in your how about Shemi Shai, you're not gonna be disappointed, man, because he's finna show his divinity. He's finna show his might and his authority and control. All right, in these times we're coming into, man, he's gonna show us by way of miracles, bringing forth different situations for us to prosper in this turmoil, to show his might and his power, that he's in control of all things. So having that understanding is going to keep us stable, man. All right, as it tells you in Isaiah 33:6, that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. Having the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shemi Shai, knowing who feeds us. All right, and as I'm recording this video, I'm in my car, and I'm seeing a bunch of crows flying around, and they all had pieces of food in their mouth. If you know what I'm getting at, man, you know that account in in the beginning of matter of fact, let's get that account real quick, man, where Elijah was fed by ravens. A raven would fly by and drop him down food when he was in the wilderness, man. Let's get that real quick. So here we have it, man, the account right here in the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17. This is one of my favorite accounts right here, man. All right, it says in verse 1, and Elijah the Tishbite, all right, he's an Israelite, by the way, that's not no heathen, all right, who was of the inhabitants of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years, but according to my word. So he was prophesying a drought. Verse 2, and the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto him, saying, get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. So the Lord commanded him to go into the wilderness, man. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. Do you see that? The Lord commands the animals, man. That's wisdom and knowledge, right? Verse 5. So he went and did according unto the word of the Lord Yahweh, by Shemi Shai. For he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. So he obeyed, all right? And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening. And he drank of the brook. Look, come on, man. Come on, man. The Lord commands everything, including the animals. He made a miracle happen to feed his servant Elijah. He had them ravens dropping him bread and meat 2 times a day. And he had water to drink. He was sustained in that rough period, man, in that time of tribulation. We're going to fall in that same lot, man. The Lord is going to provide for us when this economy begins to collapse more and more and more. We're going to depend on Yahweh Shemi Shai. We're not dependent on that 401k, that pension. We know that these checks are going to fail us. Then, sooner or later, these checks are going to stop coming in. And eventually, they're going to bring something called universal basic income. All right. It's going to have to be administered by way of a RFID microchip. Yeah, the digital currency. They're going to say, oh, well, this just, me speaking as a man. They could possibly, bring this out. They can say, well, since people are so poor and whatnot, the government is going to allow you a monthly stipend or whatever. We're going to, put digital money onto, your account according to your family and different stipulations. But it has to be administered on an RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast, by the way. They're gonna try to market that thing as a form of salvation to you people, because shit is gonna get that bad. And the majority of people are gonna run to it because they don't have faith in the Lord, that the Lord can feed them and provide ways to take care of them. So they're gonna fall and take the mark of the beast to be destroyed, man. All right, the mark of the beast is spoken of in Revelation 13, verse 16 on down. All right. And I had to bring this one, all right? Heavy hitter. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shemi Shai. Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. This is showing you the division between those who are serving the Lord, those who are coming up under the banner of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, how they're going to be taken care of and provided for, all right, in times of scarcity. And the others who reject the Lord, guess what? They're going to starve, man. They're going to be eating their own kids. Man, we getting ready to see these things happen, man. You better know what time we in. And people don't think that this could happen in America, Babylon the Great. You're getting ready to see cannibalism come back in a major way. It's happened before. It's in the scriptures, man. All right? And there's nothing new under the sun. And these Americans, man, they so goddamn greedy, they can't go 2 hours without eating. All right? You know, they're going to be eating each other, especially these damn Edomites, man. You know, these Edomites, they going to, shit, day 2 with no food, they're going to be trying to eat anybody in sight, man. So get ready for that. They put it in movies and everything like that, man, because it's real. Because they're in a beast-like nature. Man, they don't have no faith, man. They're carnal, so they're going to start eating each other. They're going to eat their pets. They're going to, man, watch. And we ain't, trying to really scare you. We just telling you the truth, man. We're trying to scare you, to depend on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because what we're saying is real, man. It's written. You should be afraid of what's coming. Afraid enough to turn back to your creator, man. Your protection. All right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because we're in those times, man. It's coming. Watch. It's going to hit. It's going to hit soon. All right. Goes on to say here. I'm going to read this next one. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart. All right. Joy of mind. But ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. You're going to be fucked up out here, man. Your mind going to be a complete mess. For those of you that don't depend on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you ain't going to have no comfort to run to. You ain't going to have no answers. You're going to bug out, man. You think I'm playing? Watch. You're going to watch the most put together people lose their damn minds out here. All right? And we're going to be rejoicing because the Lord going to be taking care of us, man. Because we put our trust in the Almighty, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. He going to come through as he always does. Now check this one out, man. One of my favorites as well. I got a lot of favorites. All right. The scriptures, they're all good. They're all, profitable for us as Israelites. But this is Psalms 37 verse 25. This is a psalm of David, King David. And he says this: I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So this entails a few different things right here. All right, King David, and his wisdom and his great faith that he had in the Lord, man, he's telling us right here, man, that, throughout his lifetime, from a young man to an old man, he ain't never seen the righteous forsaken or just left out there to dry. The Lord always had their back. All right. And King David was a man of great faith, man. A great man of the Lord. All right. And he said, neither his seed begging bread. So meaning, their children. All right. So the righteous and their families were taken care of, man. This is what King David was saying. So you should apply that to your life, man, and seek the Lord, man, so that you and your family can be taken care of, man. Don't put your trust in this place. We depend on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You got to know that now, man. Because like I said, this shit is over. America's done, man. There's no turning back. All right, I got a couple more. We're going to close it out, all right, in Psalms 34. But I'm going to start at verse 17. It says, the righteous cry, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai heareth and delivereth them out of all their troubles. All right, you see that? The righteous, man, being the elect, those who are seeking the true power, Yahweh in the name of his son Yahushai, coming in those correct names, coming with the right spirit, really seeking the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Not pretending and faking and, for YouTube. I'm talking about the real ones. Lord willing, we're of that number. The Lord hears the cries of the righteous. He don't hear the prayers of the sinner. Are you out there calling on Jesus Christ in time of trouble? Your prayers are not going to be heard, man. Point blank, period. You calling on Yeshua or Yahuwah or all those other false names. You call on the universe. All right. You're going to be just asked out, man. All right. It says he delivered them out of all their troubles. That's the power of our God, man. Ain't nothing too great for him. Verse 18, the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. Yeah, we finna go through hell out here, man. Don't get it twisted. We ain't gonna just be, skipping along through Jacob's trouble. Nah, it's gonna be tough. And we're preparing you for that, man. But the key ingredient, the determining factor in us making it is our faith in the Lord, man. Being repentant, not being proud in these times. All right, being lowly and humble. All right, and trusting in the Lord, man. He's near unto those who are moving in that spirit, man. We ain't out here, on the highways and hedges being proud and shit, man. We're not putting up these videos to be proud to try to make ourselves seem like somebody. No, we're doing this because we know that we need Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and we're being obedient to what he commanded us to do, to preach his word, to edify the elect, to glorify his name in the earth, man, to turn off from our wicked ways. All right? That's why we doing this, man. We're broken, man. We're hurt. And we know that the only one that can heal us is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And those who are seeking that healing, they're going to receive it, man. All right, I'm going to close with this right here. I'm going to head out. This is verse 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, delivered him out of them all. You see? So we're finna go through it, man. We're finna go through that straight gate, man. The path of difficulty, which leads to eternal life. It's not going to be easy, man. But guess what? At least we have hope. All right? The rest of these people that aren't listening to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, aren't hearkening unto him, guess what? They ain't got no hope, man. They're going to just be through. It's only a matter of time, man, that they're going to fall. All right? And it's going to be bad. All right? But we're finna, be afflicted. But through it all, he going to provide, man, every step of the way. He's going to be delivering us from situation to situation to situation. He's going to be delivering us out of them all, man, as it is written. All right? And we've experienced this in our personal lives, man. In this grace period, man, where we go through different trials and tribulations, and the Lord delivers us every single time. Every single time, man. This is what we're trying to tell you Israelites, man. He's a sure foundation. So with that being said, man, just understand that, hey, it's finna get bad out here, man. All right? Don't get comfortable. Get your mind right and prepare for this spiritual battle, man. And stay cleaving unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that sure foundation. Because he's the only way to salvation, man. So in this lesson right here, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. Kwam Yasharala and Abad Babal. Shalom.